Another sofa review. We are in a new space. Exciting news, I have a studio space. I kind of wanted to separate work and play, and although a lot of my work is at home, it's nice to kind of have a base downtown in the core to kind of come, focus, and work. So naturally, I had to furnish it. If you remember when I was furnishing my condo, the Neptune couch when I was in store caught my eye because of its functionality, because it serves as both a couch as well as a sleeper. We are going to do a deeper view on the couch, the functions, and also this new little space that I've got going on. In terms of my purpose, I really wanted something to be both comfortable and functional as a bed. I don't intend on really sleeping here, but when I do want to sleep here in this space, I do want the option of having a comfortable bed. I've tried and loved a lot of cozy couches, and I think each of their designs kind of have a purpose. So if you've seen my other reviews on this yellow couch and my cozy OG couch, you'll know that I really love their modular aspect. I love that, especially for confined spaces in the city, it's really nice to be able to mix and match and kind of design your sofa the way you want for your space. What I'm sitting on right now is the Neptune 3-seater sleeper set. Now I also got on the other side of me, and I'll show you, is the 2-seater storage set of the exact same Neptune couch. I got 2 couches mostly because I wanted the studio space to kind of have a conversationalist type tone, especially if I'm going to do any podcasts or interviews or meetings here. I kind of wanted to have a back and forth. Similar to the other cozy couches though, you can add ottomans, you can add a storage seat. It really is mix and match. In terms of fabric, it does come in a lot of different fabrics. The one I chose is actually their Aquaforte fabric, which is their performance stain resistant, liquid resistant fabric, and it only comes in the color Snowdrift. I'm kind of hoping that they come out in different colors because for me, performance fabric is really important, especially in a high utility space like this where I'm going to be doing cooking videos or doing, meetings, virtual meetings, and have coffee in my hand. I'm just so clumsy, and I feel like performance fabric is just a necessity for me at this point. In terms of configurations, you actually have a couple of different options. So this 3-seater actually gives you a double bed. You can also do a single bed from this, as well as just a storage version, which is the 2-seater that I got. For me personally, I feel like the full size bed is a necessity, but if you wanted a single one, you could do that as well. What I really love about this couch is that it's really easy to transform from a sofa into a sleeper. I really like that sometimes, even if I want to kind of just lounge here, not necessarily sleep here as a full bed, I kind of have that option, and it makes it into sort of a bed style couch. But it is really easy to put back and put out, which is really important because I think there's a lot of sleeper couches that are really bulky, hard. You need 2 people to kind of make it into a bed, and that's just not the vibe we're going for. We're going for easy. Now that we've covered the features of the couch, let's get into a little review. So some key elements of the couch, I would say it is a lot more firm than my Cielo couch, which you know that I have and love in my home. It does have a little bit more of a classic design, I would say, but it still has those really nice deep seats, which make it really comfortable, and I think is kind of an iconic element of cozy couches. I just love a deep seat because, you want to be able to do this. You want to be able to do this. Each piece comes with a backrest, it comes with a seat, as well as a cushion, which is nice because it is otherwise a very firm couch, or firmer, I'd say, in terms of the sliding range that you can get in couches these days. But the extra cushion here definitely makes it a lot more comfortable. It gives you a little bit more of a backrest, gives you that more cozy vibe. The armrests are very firm. It is a very sturdy couch, I would say, which is very important for that sleeper action. I've tried this as a bed already. I'm kind of regretting not getting the sleeper set, which comes like with a mattress cover and things like this. So if you're thinking of getting this couch and using it as a sleeper couch, definitely get that because I missed out. But I will say it sleeps so well. I like a firm mattress. I don't know who wants a soft mattress, to be honest. It's really bad for your back. And this gives you just the right amount of firmness and comfort all in one. It is remarkably comfortable as a bed. So my review of it as a bed as a whole is great. It is a full-size bed, so you're not like hanging over, the side armrests, even if you are a full-length individual. What's kind of nice is that the backrests kind of add a little headboard element to the bed as well, which is a nice touch. I would keep those two things in mind though. As a couch, it is firmer because as a sleeper, it acts as a nicely firm mattress. Now the two-seater is not a full-size bed. For me, it is just the storage option, and I really wanted that because I need to store a lot of things in the studio. I need to kind of put away cushions or decor and things like that. So having that concealed storage space, which you'll see is kind of a theme in this space, is really important to me. When you have concealed things, it definitely makes a space look a lot more clean, a lot more chic, and a lot more luxe. Somebody said to me recently that space is a luxury, and I definitely feel that. So my intention for this space was definitely concealing things. In sum, as a couch itself, definitely A+ as a sleeper bed. I feel like this couch is the winner for sleeper sofas out there. I have yet to see something that is made with this high quality and this dual functionality in such a versatile way. Before we get into the other elements of other things that I have got, let's get into the shopping experience as well as the home delivery and all that, the setup. Shopping experience. So I have purchased almost all my cozy couches online. I like to do the configurations and all this online, but they do have a store in Toronto, which I'm very lucky to have access to. It's actually very close to me. Both the studio space as well as my home is at Queen and Ossington-ish area. Anyhow, I love going into the space to check out the piece in person. So obviously this is a review, but I have tested and felt these couches in person prior to getting them. And I think that this is a really important element because things like couches you need to touch and feel. You can actually do the configurations in store with a cozy expert as well, which is really helpful if you don't really know how to design your space. As you know, when I was in there testing this yellow couch is when I fell in love with the Neptune couch for this space with the office space in mind. And of course, they came out with a brand new couch. It's called their Gaia couch. It is so chic. It's got that French minimalism, very fluffy, kind of like this yellow couch, but just with different finishes, like the minimal edges, the little raw edges kind of looks like this. It is so nice and so comfortable. Honestly, it's so nice. It kind of makes me think about redecorating my whole place. But if you are in the market for a couch or a cozy couch in specific, I definitely recommend going into the store. One, to check out the new Gaia couch, but also just to try and feel the pieces that you're looking to get and to get help in case you're looking for design help. You also can order swatches. You can touch and feel the different fabrics that the different couches come in. They also have some cute accessories and just design inspo in general, so I definitely recommend that. But my shopping experience was online. I did do the configurations online. It's really great because it's a couple clicks, add to cart, and you're out. This hybrid model shopping experience of being in store but shopping online is so great in my opinion. The delivery was super fast, which is great. The products I ordered came in a couple of different deliveries just because, as I mentioned, I ordered a bunch of stuff. But I will say that the entire process was really seamless as I've experienced before. They ship right to your door. This is an elevator space and they actually helped bring the pieces right to the door, which is really nice, especially because I'm a solo dolo person. And they're also really easy to maneuver around the boxes. They are singular because they are modular by design, so it's easy to kind of move around and to store if you need to. In terms of unboxing them, also very easy, very intuitive. I think that these little elements can make a process of setup great, or it can make it an absolute nightmare. So the delivery was seamless. You can kind of schedule it. There's tracking on it and it ships honestly very quick, which is nice because we like that instant satisfaction, you know? Let's talk about the setup now. So as I mentioned, solo dolo setup, definitely possible. It is easier with two people, especially when you're sliding the pieces in. The assembly guide is really straightforward. It actually has pictures of how people are actually putting things in, which makes it really easy for you to slide things in. All the pieces connect with their attached pieces, so they slide into each other. You don't have to hammer, you don't have to drill, you don't have to screwdriver anything in for the couches, which makes this so great if you don't have any of that experience. I don't know what magic they put into it, but whatever assembly they've got going on still makes it super sturdy. I've never had to fix any of my cozy couches, knock on wood. And you have everything that you need, so you don't need any other tools to build your couch. Let's talk about the wearability of the couch. Now, I haven't had this couch in particular for a long time. I have had my other cozy couches though for a long time, as you know, and they wear so well. Different couches have different elements to it that I think are really important. The cozy couch, for example, does need to be fluffed up. It is a softer couch. If you want those cushions to look full and plush, you do need to fluff them up a little bit, and that's just the nature of the couch. This is a firm couch. So what we're gonna test here in terms of wearability is if this stays firm. I have looked into this though, and I did a bunch of research, and they do wear in really well. Let's talk about price point next. So obviously this is a very important element for anybody budgeting for their space. I will say that it is dependent on your configuration. There's a lot of little add-ons or takeaways that you can add or remove to adjust the price. So this exact configuration that you see here that I'm sitting on, the 3-seater, was $27.30. This included the addition of an ottoman though, as well as the choice of these as sleeper seats. It also included the fact that I chose the Aquaforte fabric. So this price can all change and actually be a lot lower depending on whether you need an ottoman or whether you choose a different fabric. So the price goes up and down, but I will say for this general price range from like the 1600s all the way up to like the 25s, 3000s, truly, it is really a bang for your buck in my opinion, especially having tried a lot of sofas from a bunch of different brands. And they have a really great warranty system. I think that their support system has also been really good. I actually received a wrong color in my last couch for one of my sleeper sets, and they delivered it right away to replace it, and I think that the customer service in my experience has been really great. And to give you an idea of the difference in price range, the storage 2-seater that I have across from me, this one was $1,500 or $1,503, something like this, about $1,500. The price is really different depending on if you want sleeper seats or not, or if you just want storage. But again, the thing that I really love about modular units in general is that it can kind of grow with you and can adjust depending on your budget. Let's talk about some of the other things that I got for the space. So you will know that I have, own, and love my rug in my home. I got another rug for this space, a little bit of a different vibe. This is the Olivia rug in Pebble. I love this kind of almost Eastern inspired vibe with this very neutral color tone because I think that kind of just livens up the space, adds a decor element to it, and it always makes a space feel a little bit cozier, a little bit warmer. I love the cozy washable rugs for so many reasons. Like, I will purchase them over and over again. It is so easy to put together and it is so comfortable. So it actually comes with these mats that sit underneath the rug, which keeps the rug nice and clean. The installation of those mats is very easy, and this package, I don't know how it comes so compact, but it does, and it's all numbered. So you literally just put it together like a puzzle in its number. You roll out the mat, it hooks into the mats, which again, great because then it doesn't slip, it doesn't move around, and you would never know that there are mats underneath here, but it makes it so much more comfortable to walk on. And the price point on the rugs are so good. They come in a bunch of different sizes, but this larger size here was $445. Other elements that I got for the space, I've mentioned that concealed things make a space look really nice and really chic and luxe. This is why I ended up getting 2 different units for what I'm calling my shoot wall. The first thing is the altitude shelf. Now, in classic cozy fashion, it is modular. You can actually mix and match if you just want the shelves. If you want to add the cabinets, you can take them off, put them on. You can add them on later. You can add more pieces to it later, kind of like the couches. This is what I love, just because I think transforming a space is always nice when you have the option to when you want to, without having to redo everything. So the altitude shelves, I actually saw in their store, and I just loved how seamless and very clean that they looked while serving a purpose. For me, it was decorating this really blank wall with something that I could switch up with the seasons. The installation of it was shockingly simple. It is basically like hanging a painting. You basically, everything is in the installation guide, like step by step, and for your girl, this was A+, because at first I was like, am I really gonna mount a shelf by myself? And I did. It is just like hanging a painting. Everything is laid out for you. So if you just want the shelves, you can do that. And then you can add in the cabinets. They literally just slide into the shelf. It can hold up to 90 pounds, which is very impressive. I intend on storing like books or camera gear and things like that in the cabinets, and then using the open shelves to kind of add decor elements as the seasons kind of change. They come in a multitude of different wood finishes, so if you're looking to match your space, you do have options. And this configuration, I believe, was something like $650, but again, it's modular, so depending on your configuration of it, it will change with your choices. And the last thing I got was the Aurora credenzas. I'm going to sound like a broken record because, again, they're modular and also very easy to install. Everything was very seamless, step-by-step instructions, but my purpose for it, again, was decorative and storage, and I think that this combo is A+. You can also choose different styles for the doors. For me personally, I just kind of wanted a seamless, clean look, but you can. They are push to open, also very nice, doesn't like have any handles that are distracting. I got 3 pieces for the space to kind of balance out the space, but you could just get one and you could use it even like in a corner somewhere as just like a little cabinet. You can use it as a TV console. I think that this credenza is actually really versatile in terms of its use case. I also really like that it has adjustable shelves as well, because depending on what I want to store in it, I can kind of arrange the shelves as I want and change them as I want. If you remember, I also have a Stella coffee table, which I actually brought from my home here. I think it's just nice to kind of serve as a desk. This is really firm, so I could honestly work here as my office desk. I will add a desk to the space eventually, but for now, I brought it here because it adds like a nice little element to it as well. Kind of like a living room, meeting room type space. And that is it for my cozy Neptune / studio tour review setup. I hope you guys liked it. I feel really good about the Neptune couch. It has been on my list since I saw it in the summertime. As you'll know from my video, I was like, I need to have this couch. I even had like a little regret. I was like, should I have gotten this for my space? But this is the perfect combination. The cozy XL Cielo couch at my home to lounge and watch Netflix in, and this one for function and purpose whilst still being comfortable. So I think that that would be my review in terms of between the two of them. But thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. It's really nice to have this space. It's really nice to be able to like separate work and play. And honestly, it feels like a second home, which is what a studio should feel like, I think. As another life update, I am moving back into my house in the summertime this year. I can't believe it's been a year already, so I'll be moving out of my temporary home, which you saw was my condo. I will be bringing my cozy Cielo couch back with me, so we might need to update the design because my house obviously has a little bit more space than my condo does, so we might add to the 2-seater. TBD on this, but I will keep you updated. Thank you so much for being here as a part of the Inspired family as always. I will leave all the links to the pieces in the description box below as well, but remember to make sure you configure it how you want. But with that, friends, I hope you have an inspiring rest of your day. Remember that kindness doesn't cost a thing, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!